More than 170 workers at 2 hospitals in Windsor, Ontario have been suspended without pay because they haven't gotten a dose of COVID-19 vaccine. The CBC's Katerina Georgieva is in Windsor and joins me now live. So Katerina, you were just listening to an update from officials at one of those hospitals. What did they say about this situation?
Well, Andrew, at Windsor Regional Hospital, officials say that this is the best possible way to handle this because the science supports it, and ultimately it's the best move for other team members and for the community at large. Now, what happens now is that these individuals who have been suspended, they have until early October to get their first shot, or they face termination. Now, this mandate was announced at the start of the month, and as you mentioned, this isn't the only hospital that's mandating this, but today this was the first deadline to actually kick in. The timing of this is certainly not ideal. We're, of course, in a fourth wave. Windsor-Essex continues to have some of the highest rates in the province, which we've seen in other waves before. Hospitalization rates are also going up. So officials were asked today, how are they planning on coping to have so many staff away from the job?
We can't cope with unvaccinated staff at the hospital. So as a result, we definitely can cope with vaccinated staff. Vaccines plus public health measures are the proven way through this pandemic. We can't lead by example if our own staff are not double vaccinated.
So in the meantime, Windsor Regional Hospital is going to be leaning on some temporary backfill. And then if these suspended workers decide to still not get their vaccines by early October, then they're going to have to do some recruiting.
And they'll be fired, right? Is that they'll be terminated?
Yeah, they're facing termination and the suspension of their privileges at the hospital.
Okay, so what did you hear about how hospital staff are reacting to this and dealing with this vaccine mandate?
Well, it's twofold because you have the folks who wanted to get their vaccines and are supportive of this, and they're thankful that the hospital has gone ahead with the implementation of this. And then you have the folks who don't want to get vaccinated, who are hesitant, and that hesitancy persists. And so the hospital has made other staff members available to have conversations with those who are hesitant, try and get them informed, answer their questions, some of them legitimate questions. And they say that some people have already been able to turn from hesitant to going ahead and getting their shots, and then others are really staying firm with just not really believing the science behind the vaccine and not really believing that it works. However, this mandate, generally speaking, it does seem to be working to get folks vaccinated, because when it was first announced at the start of the month, the vaccination rate at the hospital at Windsor Regional was about 80%, and now it's up to 97%. So they do anticipate that number will go up. Hopefully in the coming weeks, some of these individuals will change their minds. And again, Windsor Regional, not the only hospital doing this. Hotel Dieu Grace in Windsor, about 30 staff members there are facing suspension for the next couple of weeks in the hopes that they'll also change their minds by early October. Erie Shores Healthcare in Leamington also, they have a similar mandate, but theirs doesn't actually kick in until early October.
Katerina, thank you. The CBC's Katerina Georgieva in Windsor, Ontario.